Hello, I'm SA, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin. The intellectual landscape of 11th century Al-Andalus, a region encompassing much of modern-day Spain and Portugal, served as a crucible for innovation across diverse fields of knowledge. Amidst this vibrant milieu emerged Omar al-Jayyānī, a figure whose contributions to geometry and mathematics resonate even across the intervening centuries. Al-Jayyānī, often referred to as a qādī, or judge, a position suggesting a breadth of learning extending beyond the purely mathematical, occupied a unique position in this era, bridging the practical demands of civic life with the abstract elegance of geometric reasoning. Born into this world of intellectual ferment, al-Jayyānī benefited from the rich legacy of classical Greek learning, carefully preserved and augmented by Islamic scholars. Al-Andalus, a cultural crossroads, facilitated the transmission of texts and ideas from east to west, fostering an environment where mathematical inquiry thrived. The works of Euclid, Archimedes and Ptolemy, translated and meticulously studied, provided a foundation upon which al-Jayyānī and his contemporaries constructed new mathematical edifices. Geometry, in particular, held a place of central importance. It was considered a cornerstone of understanding the natural world, informing fields as diverse as astronomy, optics, and architecture. Euclid's Elements, a foundational text in geometry, served as both a source of inspiration and a subject of critical examination. While Euclid's work provided a rigorous framework for geometric reasoning, certain aspects required further elucidation, expansion, or alternative proofs. Al-Jayyānī, among others, dedicated himself to this task, producing commentaries and refinements that deepened the understanding of Euclidean geometry. Beyond Euclidean geometry, al-Jayyānī also made significant contributions to spherical trigonometry. This branch of mathematics deals with the relationships between the sides and angles of spherical triangles, triangles drawn on the surface of a sphere. Spherical trigonometry held immense practical importance for several reasons. First, it was essential for astronomical calculations. Determining the positions of celestial objects, predicting eclipses, and constructing accurate astronomical instruments all relied on a thorough understanding of spherical geometry. Second, spherical trigonometry played a vital role in geography and cartography. Representing the curved surface of the Earth on a flat map posed a significant challenge. Accurate map-making required the ability to translate geographical coordinates, latitude and longitude, into planar representations, a process heavily dependent on spherical trigonometric principles. The problem of accurately representing geographical information on maps presented a formidable challenge to scholars of al-Jayyānī's time. The world was known to be spherical, a fact established through centuries of astronomical observation and mathematical reasoning. However, creating a flat representation of a sphere inevitably introduces distortions. Different map projections, each with its own set of advantages and disadvantages, were developed to minimize these distortions in different regions or for different purposes. Spherical trigonometry provided the mathematical tools necessary to analyze these distortions and to design map projections that met specific requirements. Solving geometrical problems using spherical geometry presented its own unique set of difficulties. Unlike plane geometry, where straight lines are fundamental, spherical geometry deals with great circles, circles on the sphere, whose centers coincide with the center of the sphere. These great circles represent the shortest distance between 2 points on the sphere's surface, analogous to straight lines on a plane. However, the relationships between angles and sides in spherical triangles differ significantly from those in plane triangles, The familiar trigonometric functions, sine, cosine, and tangent, take on new complexities when applied to spherical geometry. Al-Jayyānī's contributions to geometry, encompassing both Euclidean and spherical domains, reflect a commitment to mathematical rigor and a deep understanding of the practical applications of geometrical principles. His work on Euclid's elements demonstrates a meticulous approach to clarifying and refining existing knowledge. His investigations into spherical trigonometry reveal an interest in solving real-world problems related to astronomy and geography. He was able to synthesize theoretical understanding with practical application. The qādī position, held by al-Jayyānī, further underscores the breadth of his intellectual pursuits. As a judge, he would have been responsible for interpreting laws, resolving disputes, and administering justice. This role demanded a keen intellect, a capacity for logical reasoning, and a deep understanding of human affairs. The fact that al-Jayyānī excelled in both law and mathematics suggests a remarkable versatility and a commitment to intellectual excellence across multiple domains. Al-Jayyānī's unique solutions to geometrical problems stemmed from his mathematical rigor, his mastery of geometric proofs, and his insightful application of spherical trigonometry. He approached each problem with a critical eye, seeking to identify underlying assumptions, uncover hidden relationships, and develop elegant and convincing solutions. His proofs are characterized by their clarity, precision, and logical coherence. He drew upon the existing body of mathematical knowledge, synthesizing ideas from different sources and developing new techniques to tackle challenging problems. The intellectual climate of Al-Andalus provided a fertile ground for al-Jayyānī's mathematical endeavors. The patronage of enlightened rulers, the presence of vibrant centers of learning, and the cross-cultural exchange of ideas all contributed to a flourishing intellectual environment. Al-Jayyānī, as a product of this environment, exemplifies the spirit of inquiry and innovation that characterized this golden age of Islamic science. His legacy extends beyond his specific mathematical contributions, serving as an inspiration to mathematicians and scholars for generations to come. The intellectual currents of 11th century Al-Andalus also reveal the importance of accurate calculation. Al-Jayyānī's work sought precision in a time when computational tools were limited. The need for accurate astronomical observations, calendrical calculations, and geographical measurements drove the development of sophisticated mathematical techniques. Al-Jayyānī's contributions to spherical trigonometry directly addressed this need, providing mathematicians and astronomers with more powerful tools for solving complex problems. The challenges inherent in representing the sphere of the Earth on a flat surface also spurred innovation in map-making. Different map projections, each with its own set of properties and limitations, were devised to minimize distortions in specific regions or for particular purposes. Al-Jayyānī's understanding of spherical trigonometry would have been invaluable in evaluating the accuracy of these projections and in developing new and improved methods for cartographic representation. The study of Euclid's elements was not merely an exercise in abstract geometry. It also provided a foundation for practical applications. Architects, engineers and artisans relied on geometrical principles in their work. Al-Jayyānī's commentary on Euclid would have served as a valuable resource for these practitioners, clarifying difficult concepts and providing alternative perspectives on fundamental geometric ideas. Al-Jayyānī's commitment to rigor and precision is evident in his approach to both Euclidean and spherical geometry. He sought to establish mathematical truths with certainty, relying on logical deduction and rigorous proof. This emphasis on rigor reflects a broader intellectual trend within Islamic scholarship, a commitment to grounding knowledge in solid foundations. The position of qādī, held by al-Jayyānī, highlights the interconnectedness of different fields of knowledge in this era. Law, mathematics, astronomy, and other disciplines were not viewed as isolated subjects, but as interconnected aspects of a broader intellectual pursuit. Al-Jayyānī's expertise in both law and mathematics demonstrates the potential for cross-fertilization between these different domains. Al-Jayyānī's mathematical contributions, deeply rooted in the intellectual climate of Al-Andalus, addressed pressing problems of his time, ranging from the accurate representation of the world to the refinement of classical geometric principles. His unique approach, characterized by mathematical rigor, geometric proofs, and the insightful application of spherical trigonometry, solidified his place as a significant figure in the history of mathematics. His work provided a foundation for later scholars and continues to inspire mathematicians today. Omar al-Jayyānī's intellectual pursuits extended beyond practical applications, delving into the very foundations of mathematical knowledge. His commentary on Euclid's Elements, a cornerstone of geometry, reflects a deep engagement with classical Greek thought and a commitment to preserving its intellectual heritage. Al-Jayyānī recognized certain ambiguities and areas requiring clarification within existing interpretations of Euclid's work. He embarked on a project to refine and expand upon Euclid's geometric principles, ensuring their continued accessibility and relevance for future generations of scholars. Euclid's Elements, compiled around 300 BCE, represents a monumental achievement in the history of mathematics. It presents a comprehensive system of geometry based on a set of axioms and postulates, from which numerous theorems are logically derived. The Elements served as the standard textbook for mathematical education for centuries, shaping the way mathematicians approach geometric reasoning and problem-solving. However, despite its enduring influence, the Elements presented challenges for interpreters and students across different historical periods and cultural contexts. These challenges stemmed from various sources, including the inherent complexities of geometric concepts, the limitations of the original Greek language, and the potential for misinterpretations arising from translations and adaptations of the text. Al-Jayyānī addressed these challenges head-on in his commentary. He sought to resolve ambiguities, clarify logical connections, and provide alternative proofs for certain theorems, thereby enhancing the overall clarity and rigor of Euclid's system. His work was driven by a desire to ensure that the Elements remained a vibrant and accessible resource for mathematical learning, preventing its ossification into a mere historical artifact. Consider, for instance, the parallel postulate, one of the most debated aspects of Euclidean geometry. This postulate, which states that through a point not on a given line, there is exactly one line parallel to the given line, proved to be a source of considerable consternation among mathematicians for centuries. Many attempted to derive it from the other postulates, hoping to demonstrate that it was actually a theorem rather than an independent assumption. Al-Jayyānī grappled with the implications of the parallel postulate in his commentary, exploring its relationship to other geometric principles and considering alternative formulations. He did not necessarily resolve the debate surrounding the postulate, but his engagement with it reflects a deep understanding of its significance and the challenges it posed to the logical structure of Euclidean geometry. Furthermore, Al-Jayyānī's commentary likely addressed specific theorems or propositions within the Elements that had proven difficult for students to grasp or that had been subject to varying interpretations. By providing detailed explanations, alternative proofs, and illustrative examples, he aimed to make these concepts more accessible and understandable. His work contributed to a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of Euclidean geometry, ensuring that its principles were not simply memorized, but actively engaged with and critically examined. Beyond clarifying existing interpretations, Al-Jayyānī's commentary also served to preserve and transmit classical Greek knowledge to a wider audience. During the Islamic Golden Age, scholars actively sought out and translated Greek texts on a wide range of subjects, including mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy. This translation movement played a crucial role in preserving and disseminating classical learning, making it available to scholars who did not have access to the original Greek sources. Al-Jayyānī's commentary on Euclid's Elements formed part of this broader intellectual project, ensuring that the wisdom of the ancient Greeks continued to inform mathematical thought in the Islamic world and beyond. Al-Jayyānī's contributions extended beyond Euclidean geometry to the realm of spherical geometry, a branch of mathematics that deals with the properties of figures on the surface of a sphere. Spherical geometry has important applications in various fields, including astronomy, navigation, and cartography, all of which were of great interest to scholars and practitioners in Al-Andalus. The challenges of accurately representing the spherical Earth on a flat map, calculating astronomical positions, and determining geographical locations posed significant problems for mathematicians and scientists of the time. Existing methods for solving these problems were often cumbersome, inaccurate, or limited in their scope. Al-Jayyānī sought to develop more efficient and reliable techniques for addressing these challenges, drawing upon his expertise in geometry, trigonometry, and astronomy. His work in spherical geometry focused on developing new methods for calculating distances, angles, and areas on the surface of a sphere. He recognized the power of spherical trigonometry, a branch of trigonometry that deals with relationships between the sides and angles of spherical triangles, in solving these problems. Spherical triangles formed by the intersection of three great circles on a sphere provide a natural framework for representing astronomical positions, geographical locations, and navigational courses. Al-Jayyānī applied spherical geometry to solve a variety of problems related to astronomical calculations and geographical mapping. For instance, he developed methods for determining the direction and distance between 2 points on the Earth's surface, a crucial task for navigators and cartographers. He also devised techniques for calculating the positions of stars and planets, essential for astronomical observations and the construction of accurate astronomical tables. His approach to spherical geometry was characterized by mathematical rigor and a commitment to developing precise and reliable solutions. He employed geometric proofs to establish the validity of his methods and carefully considered the limitations of his techniques. His work reflects a deep understanding of the underlying principles of spherical geometry and its applications to real-world problems. Compared to his predecessors, Al-Jayyānī's approach to spherical geometry was innovative in several respects. He developed new formulas and techniques for solving spherical triangles, expanding the range of problems that could be addressed using spherical trigonometry. He also emphasized the importance of accurate measurements and precise calculations, recognizing that even small errors in astronomical or geographical data could lead to significant inaccuracies in the final results. His focus on precision and accuracy contributed to the development of more reliable and trustworthy methods for astronomical observation, geographical mapping, and navigation. Al-Jayyānī's most significant contribution to the field of mathematics is undoubtedly his Book of Unknown Arcs of a Sphere. This treatise stands as a cornerstone in the development of spherical trigonometry, a field with profound implications for astronomy, navigation, and timekeeping. The work addressed a series of challenges inherent in determining unknown arcs and angles on the surface of a sphere, problems that were of paramount importance to scholars engaged in celestial observation and geographical exploration. The challenges of spherical trigonometry stem from the inherent curvature of the sphere. Unlike planar trigonometry, where triangles lie on a flat surface, Spherical triangles are formed by the intersection of three great circles, circles whose centers coincide with the center of the sphere. This curvature introduces complexities in the relationships between angles and sides, rendering the familiar trigonometric laws of planar geometry inapplicable. Astronomers and navigators required precise methods for calculating distances, angles, and positions on the celestial sphere and the Earth's surface, respectively. The determination of the direction and distance to Mecca for prayer, a critical aspect of Islamic practice, also relied heavily on accurate spherical trigonometric calculations. The Book of Unknown Arcs of a Sphere offered solutions to these pressing practical and theoretical needs. Al-Jayyānī's approach was characterized by its systematic and comprehensive nature. He presented a series of theorems and formulas that enabled the solution of a wide range of spherical triangles, categorized by the known and unknown elements. His work went beyond the existing knowledge of his time, providing new methods and insights that significantly advanced the field. A key contribution was his focus on providing general solutions applicable to a variety of cases, rather than relying on ad hoc methods tailored to specific problems. To illustrate the depth and significance of al-Jayyānī's work, let us consider a fundamental theorem from the Book of Unknown Arcs of a Sphere. This theorem addresses the problem of solving a right-angled spherical triangle when two sides are known. A right-angled spherical triangle is one in which one of the angles formed by the intersection of the great circles is a right angle. Determining the remaining sides and angles from the knowledge of two sides is a common problem in astronomy, arising, for example, in the determination of the declination and right ascension of a star from its altitude and azimuth. Al-Jayyānī provided a formula that directly relates the known sides to the unknown angle opposite one of them. Let us denote the sides of the right-angled spherical triangle as A, B, and C, where C is the hypotenuse, and let the angles opposite these sides be A, B, and C, with C being the right angle. Al-Jayyānī's theorem, expressed in modern notation, can be stated as follows: cosine of A equals tangent of B divided by tangent of C. This formula allows one to directly calculate the angle A if the sides B and C are known. The beauty of this theorem lies in its directness and generality. It provides a straightforward method for solving a common problem in spherical trigonometry, without requiring complex geometric constructions or iterative approximations. Al-Jayyānī provided geometric proofs for his theorems, demonstrating their validity based on the fundamental principles of spherical geometry. These proofs relied on careful constructions on the sphere and the application of established geometric relationships. The significance of al-Jayyānī's contributions extends far beyond the realm of pure mathematics. His work had a profound impact on the development of astronomy and navigation. By providing accurate and reliable methods for solving spherical triangles, he enabled astronomers to make more precise measurements of the positions and motions of celestial objects. This, in turn, led to a better understanding of the structure and dynamics of the cosmos. Navigators also benefited greatly from al-Jayyānī's work. His formulas and techniques allowed them to determine their position and course more accurately, facilitating safer and more efficient sea voyages. The ability to navigate accurately was essential for trade, exploration, and military operations, making al-Jayyānī's contributions of immense practical value. Furthermore, al-Jayyānī's work played a crucial role in the advancement of timekeeping. The accurate determination of time relies on precise astronomical observations. By improving the accuracy of astronomical calculations, al-Jayyānī helped to develop more reliable methods for determining the time of day and the timing of religious observances. This was particularly important in Islamic societies, where the timing of prayers and festivals is based on the position of the sun, and the moon. The enduring relevance of al-Jayyānī's work is evident in its continued use in modern applications. While the advent of computers and sophisticated software has made the calculations themselves easier, the underlying principles of spherical trigonometry remain essential for understanding a wide range of phenomena. One particularly relevant example is the Global Positioning System, or GPS. GPS relies on a network of satellites orbiting the Earth. Each satellite transmits signals that contain information about its position and the time the signal was sent. A GPS receiver on the ground uses these signals to determine its own position. The determination of the receiver's position involves solving a series of spherical trigonometric problems. The satellite's positions are known in a coordinate system fixed to the Earth. The receiver measures the time it takes for the signals to travel from the satellites to the receiver. This information, combined with the speed of light, allows the receiver to calculate the distance to each satellite. The receiver's position is then determined by finding the point on the Earth's surface that is consistent with these distances. This calculation requires solving a system of equations that involves spherical trigonometric functions. Al-Jayyānī's formulas and techniques, refined and adapted for modern computing, are at the heart of this process. Al-Jayyānī's contributions to spherical trigonometry represent a significant advancement in mathematical knowledge. His Book of Unknown Arcs of a Sphere provided a comprehensive and systematic treatment of the subject, offering solutions to a wide range of practical problems. His work had a profound impact on the development of astronomy, navigation, and timekeeping, and its influence can still be seen in modern technologies such as GPS. Al-Jayyānī's legacy as a mathematician and scholar is secure, his contributions continuing to shape our understanding of the world around us. He was, in essence, the first to give the general formula for solving right-angled spherical triangles, a testament to his mathematical prowess and enduring impact on scientific progress. The transmission of mathematical knowledge across generations and cultures often follows intricate pathways influenced by translation, commentary, and the gradual incorporation of new ideas into existing frameworks. Omar al-Jayyānī's work exemplifies this process, his insights into spherical trigonometry finding resonance among later scholars in Al-Andalus and beyond. The Book of Unknown Arcs of a Sphere, in particular, served as a cornerstone for subsequent investigations into spherical geometry and its applications. One crucial aspect of al-Jayyānī's legacy lies in the preservation and dissemination of his ideas. While direct evidence of widespread translation efforts during his immediate lifetime remains sparse, the influence of his work is clearly discernible in the writings of later mathematicians and astronomers from both the Islamic world and Europe. Scholars working in observatories across the Islamic Empire, from Marrakesh to Samarkand, would have undoubtedly encountered and utilized al-Jayyānī's methods for solving astronomical problems. The practical nature of his work, addressing real-world challenges in navigation and timekeeping, ensured its continued relevance and application. The transmission of al-Jayyānī's knowledge occurred through a combination of formal instruction, scholarly exchange, and the gradual assimilation of his results into standard mathematical texts. Students studying astronomy and mathematics would have been exposed to his formulas and techniques, learning to apply them to a variety of problems. The clarity and systematic organization of his Book of Unknown Arcs of a Sphere facilitated its use as a teaching tool, allowing later generations to build upon his foundations. In Al-Andalus, al-Jayyānī's influence is particularly evident. The region's vibrant intellectual climate, characterized by a synthesis of Greek, Islamic, and local traditions, provided a fertile ground for the development of mathematics and astronomy. Scholars in cities such as Córdoba, Seville, and Granada actively engaged with the works of their predecessors, refining and extending their ideas. Al-Jayyānī's contributions to spherical trigonometry would have been readily accessible to these scholars, informing their own investigations into astronomical phenomena and geographical calculations. The impact of al-Jayyānī's work extends beyond the Iberian Peninsula. As mathematical knowledge spread throughout Europe during the Middle Ages and Renaissance, his ideas gradually found their way into European scholarship. Although direct attribution to al-Jayyānī may have been obscured in some cases, the underlying principles and techniques he developed were undoubtedly incorporated into the growing body of mathematical knowledge. European astronomers and mathematicians, seeking to improve their understanding of the cosmos, would have benefited from the insights contained in his Book of Unknown Arcs of a Sphere. The translation of Arabic mathematical texts into Latin played a crucial role in this process. Scholars such as Gerard of Cremona, working in Toledo during the 12th century, translated numerous Arabic works into Latin, making them accessible to a wider European audience. These translations included treatises on astronomy, geometry, and trigonometry, many of which contained elements derived from al-Jayyānī's work. Through these translations, al-Jayyānī's ideas contributed to the development of mathematics in Europe, shaping the course of scientific inquiry. The enduring value of al-Jayyānī's contributions lies in his systematic approach to spherical trigonometry and his focus on practical applications. His Book of Unknown Arcs of a Sphere provided a comprehensive framework for solving problems related to spherical triangles, offering clear and concise formulas for calculating unknown angles and sides. This systematic approach made his work accessible to a wide range of users, from astronomers seeking to determine the positions of stars to navigators attempting to chart their course across the seas. His work also served as a foundation for later developments in trigonometry. By providing a clear and rigorous treatment of spherical trigonometry, al-Jayyānī paved the way for further investigations into the properties of spherical triangles and their applications in various fields. His formulas and techniques were refined and extended by later mathematicians, leading to the development of more sophisticated methods for solving trigonometric problems. In reflecting on al-Jayyānī's legacy, it is important to recognize his role as a bridge between classical Greek knowledge and Islamic scholarship. He drew upon the works of earlier Greek mathematicians such as Menelaus of Alexandria, incorporating their ideas into his own investigation. He also built upon the existing body of Islamic mathematical knowledge, refining and extending the work of his predecessors. Through this synthesis of Greek and Islamic traditions, al-Jayyānī made a significant contribution to the development of mathematics. His approach exemplifies the spirit of intellectual inquiry that characterized the golden age of Islamic civilization. Scholars like al-Jayyānī were driven by a desire to understand the world around them, using mathematics as a tool to unlock its secrets. They were not content with simply preserving existing knowledge. They sought to expand it, refine it, and apply it to practical problems. This spirit of innovation and inquiry is what made the golden age of Islam such a fertile period for scientific and intellectual advancement. Al-Jayyānī's work reminds us of the interconnectedness of knowledge and the importance of building upon the achievements of those who came before us. His contributions to spherical trigonometry, rooted in classical Greek geometry and nurtured within the vibrant intellectual environment of Islamic Spain, continue to resonate in modern science and technology. The formulas and techniques he developed centuries ago are still used today in fields such as astronomy, navigation, and geodesy, a testament to their enduring value and his lasting impact on our understanding of the world. He stands as a figure who not only preserved but significantly advanced mathematical understanding, a legacy that continues to shape our world.
We really appreciate you tuning in to this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.